Peggy, Peggy, thank you so much. Peggy, you have no idea. Peggy, you have no idea. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. Hey, guys. Can y'all hear me? Peggy, I can't believe you. I love you, Peggy. I really do. Shit. Let me see. Oh, new comments. Peggy, thank you so much. Hey, Punky. Hey, Peace. Hey, Baby Billy Traders. My mitten mama. Peggy, God, Peggy, you give me a heart attack every time I. I do want to say this. Peggy had a really great suggestion. It's there's so many conspiracy theories out there, right? I don't care if you, hey Nancy, baby, if you're talking about JFK, Maryland being murdered, chemtrails, they go on and on. They go on and on and on. So I want to have a panel about conspiracy theories that you believe in. A facey, nothing, and I put it. No, there's no wrong answer. The moonlight, yeah, there's so many. There's so many. And I thought that would be really interesting to do, because I really a conspiracy girl until I started working on the Boys on Track. And the Boys on the Track, we meet Saturday night. We discuss part 1. I could probably do part 90 of this, and it's gonna, I'm thinking this is a conspiracy theory. That the Clintons were behind, or Bill Clinton was behind some shady shit. And there is proof right in front of you that he was. He lives. How you doing, Lip Gloss Baby? Thank you, Lip Gloss Baby. I'm glad you're here. This is going to be, obviously, none of us, well, some of y'all might be, but I am not a professional. I'm not a medical, professional. I don't know anything about that stuff, right? However, I am now a caregiver to my mother. And it's hard. And I know that there are people out there that have, Peggy, I love you so much. I'm sorry. I know that there are people out there who are taking care of, parents, husbands, maybe children. There's a lot that goes into this. And it is draining. And I thought maybe we should just give people the support that they need. Because you don't know if you're doing right. You don't know the different, like with my mother, the Parkinson's, it's just a lot. And I always have to keep on top of, if she starts exhibiting some kind of behavior, I'll have to go and revert back to the Parkinson's website to see if it's true. It is, Punky, and I understand, well, here's the thing that I believe too. It's my duty, right? That's what I am, but also, they are, though, did she pay, she's in a rehab. I know if y'all know, if y'all don't already know, my mother on the 1st of February, fell and broke her wrist. So I'm thinking, broke her wrist. Oh, I know. Nancy Stevens, you're a saint. You are. They traitors. She fell, she broke her wrist. This turned into 4 or 5 days in the hospital. And now over 2 weeks in a rehab facility. Hey, Plain Jane. All from a broken wrist. And she was not cognitive. She did not know what was going on. When we got her into the rehab, hey, Holden Dean, when we got into the rehab, which is, just very close to me, she couldn't remember where she was. I would go and she would go, where am I again? And she'd been there before after a back surgery. So she'd been there before. In fact, The physical therapist at the summit where she is looked at her walking and said, "We think you might have Parkinson's." AMS, and they were right. They were right. So so I kept asking. Yeah, I didn't know. See, how she wasn't on. I thought she was on painkillers, and I know that she was on painkillers for maybe a day or two. You know, but and then I kept thinking, even when she went to the summit, I'm like, and I asked the nurse. I said, "Why is she still?" I mean, and then again, my mother is 80 years old. I forget that she's 80 years old. I forget it. That's a big number. So they're saying, well, this is, she's 80. Well, yeah, she was 80, on February 1st too. She didn't act like this. So now we're having to do that, and she's having to rehab. And she only really started working on it. Yeah, I mean, literally the other day. She was not cooperating. So, hey, Jasmine, how are you? This is just hard. I know it's hard for everybody. And see, I don't have a brother. Well, I have a brother, 2 brothers, but I'm the only child of my mother. So I'm the only one, that's doing it. My daughters, help a bit. They have lives though. They've got shit that they have to do. So I know I'm not alone and feeling overwhelmed, And in fact, if y'all want, let me grab the link. Where in the hell? There we go. I'll put the link. TP Banjo. Yeah, it's sometimes I feel so guilty because I've raised my children, right? My youngest is 19 years old, freshman in college. My husband and I had planned on this, go taking long weekends somewhere, or I just even go on a vacation. I can't do that anymore. Everything that we planned for and waited for, I now cannot do. I cannot do it. It's just hard. There are, Nancy, there's so many. And that's why I don't want anyone else to be alone. Exactly, Peggy. Exactly. Again, when I asked all the doctors what is wrong? Your mother's 80, but it doesn't make sense to me that she can get that bad over a broken wrist. She did that. We do remember she did have a slight brain bleed that I think after 3 days kind of cleared up. She had like stitches here, stitches here. Her eyes they weren't black, but they were good. And she had a spot on her chin. It's bad. Hey, Courtney. Me and my sister share care. It's still, oh God, it's so hard. It's so hard. And again, I know a lot of people have done it. And I know a lot of people who have done it and had worse case scenarios than mine, with one parent. I know that they've had both parents, a husband, a wife, even down to children, Yeah, exactly, Nance. You can. So I just wanted to come here and say, look, we're all in it alone. We're all in it, right? Most of us are in it. It's hard. It's not fair to anybody. Elle Woods, I'm taking care of my 90-year-old grandparents. My Nana went into the hospital. With the flu. Yeah. I worked as a personal. God love you, Elle. Pete Banjo, I worked as a personal support worker for 14 years in addition to taking care of my parents. Yeah. I mean, I know you are taking care of your. There's so many. Hey, Freeside, honey. There are so many of us out there. So many of us out there. Yeah, to all. I mean, like I said, I know there are people that have got horror, just, I can tell you this. Nancy Stevens right now is probably, no, it ain't even probably. Nancy Stevens is one of the most selfless women I have ever seen, because she is taking care of her family, right? Her, brother, sister, immediate family. The way they have fought for Andrew, their son, the tooth and nail for that boy, growing all the way up. She is probably one of the strongest, selfless women on the face of the earth. And I mean that as sure as I sit here. I used to go to Al-Anon meetings because I have a sister. It's hard, Peggy. That's, Miss Nancy's Angelo's wife. They're amazing. She's amazing to me. She's and you know what, Angelo too, because Angelo's daughter and her husband, and they had COVID really bad, and there goes Angelo, takes the grandchildren and takes care of them until they feel better. I mean, that's they really are. They really are. Nobody knows. And see, Peggy, that's a good, bless your heart, because that you're being proactive there. All right. I mean, you're helping yourself with, excuse me, I'm getting a cold. I got a cold. It's going in. I know, Nancy. I know. That's something that, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. Then that's too, Peggy, it's being selfless. When you love somebody enough to go through all that, just to understand them. And there's a lot of amazing people in this whole community. Don't get me wrong. Probably, honestly, 75%. And I'm pretty good with that. I'm good with that number. 75% of the people on YouTube, the people that I know on YouTube, are amazing people that everybody can learn from. Learn something from. And because our community is as big as it is, I mean, it's kind of big, not the biggest, but it's kind of big. You never know what a name in a chat is going through. You don't know. Janica, you never know what somebody's going through. Now, let me just put, so my mother, when she was at her rehab, there was a particular nurse's aide, hey Melinda, that she hated. I don't know why. Probably because the nurse's aide did actually make her do the things she was supposed to do. Hey, Devers. But so I had to go, hey, Rain Girl, I had to go to the nurse's station when my mother reported this, incident, and I accidentally lost my shit, right? Because that's my mother. And nobody around here gonna. So now they had a talk, because I banned her from the room. I made sure that they knew that woman was not coming back in my mother's room, period. That is it. And so, hey, just Grammy, I went up here and showed my ass. And so a couple days ago, maybe the beginning of the week, the woman came into my mom's room and they had a talk. And my mother now loves her to death. So my thing is, when I see people and they're going after people and whatever in a mean way, here, you don't know what they're going through. Because I told Mom, I said, maybe she was having a bad day. Maybe she had a bad 2 days. We all have them. I think nursing assistants are probably the least appreciated person in a medical facility, they do the shit that the nurses don't want to do, right? And they should get a lot more credit than they do. I will say that a million times over. When I was in the hospital, what I can remember of it, I had some very sweet little certified nursing assistants come in, and they were wonderful to me. I get them up for breakfast, make them right. I have to get that. You lost. Oh, listen, but Melinda, I lost my shit up there. I'm so again, that's my mom, but again, thank God it got taken away. And they don't get enough credit. I've said it a million times. Certified nursing assistants do not get the attention and the praise they should get. That's it. Hey, SDA, how are you doing, love? Talent person that advocates for you. Yeah, they're not. We have to go on Monday. Is it Monday? Monday, I think. Monday, the 24th, and have a meeting about my mother's progress. And what basically, she's got Medicare, obviously, and then she has United Healthcare. There's a baseline, right, that they have to get her to even discuss her discharge. Or they're going to discharge her when she's not ready to go. It's going to be one or the other, all right? There's so many good caregivers. Oh, yeah, they are. Peggy, they really are. They are amazing. I know the feeling when my mom was in the nursing home. Yeah, Janet, it's hard. Like, see, my grandmother's 103 years old. We all know my grandmother's 103. She lived in a retirement community where she had a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath. We call them a condo. And now she falls a lot. And that's, she never wanted it with the first floor, our 4 really need not very much, attention or aid. They're pretty solid. My grandmother kept falling. And so they had to move her up to the 4th floor. She had to get rid of, she lost her 2-bedroom. Now she got a 1-bedroom. And she wasn't happy. And she's still not happy, but, so it's not like it's a nursing home. It's kind of like they come out and they check her every 30 minutes to make sure she isn't in the floor. She has more help that comes in. So me putting, like somebody said something one time about putting my mother in a nursing home. We don't do that shit here. Hey, Squirrel Gang. Hey, Kentucky. To 105. Yeah, see, Kentucky, let me tell you, my grandmother. I was the only granddaughter, all right? I have 4 boy cousins, and I was the only granddaughter. She was also my only grandparent. My papa died when I was about 4. So, and I don't know my dad's people. I have no idea. So she's the only one I've had. And I'm her favorite. Probably not her favorite, but anyway. Twist. Both my parents were medicated in their attorney, yeah. Mom's got the and she made me sign the do not resuscitate, the DNR. Hey, Dawn Marie. Oh, well, thank you, Dawn Marie. See, that Peggy went through it with both parents. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. And I always say this when you talk about tragedy or troubles, or there are worse stories out here than mine. She did what? What, Devin? What are you talking? That's Devin, my daughter, Boobles, by the way. You were full-time with your parents? My heart goes out to you, Squirrel Day. It really does. It really does. Like I said, there are people that have watched both parents. Oh, yeah, she made me sign that, Devin. 100%, yeah. 100%. And I didn't want to, but that's her wishes, so I had to do it. Your mom leaves me. Yeah. Well, see, this is it, Rain Girl. This is it. My mother now, I don't think she's going to be able to drive anywhere anymore by herself. She's just too unstable. I can't put her in a car, especially now, the way she is. And so that is going to be a huge thing for her, and she ain't going to take it well. Ask Devin. She ain't going to take it well at all. If I've got to run her around, I've got, in fact, Catherine bought because my mother wasn't taking her pills right. It really is Pete Mango. She was not taking the medications that she was supposed to be taking. She was taking her Parkinson's meds and her neuropathy. She got really bad neuropathy, which they blame for the fall. I don't think so, but whatever. She was only taking those 2 medications daily when she was supposed to be taking a lot more. Yeah, she's gonna hate it. Yes, she is. She's gonna really, really hate it. So Catherine got this pill organizer that you could. It's the whole month, and it's 3 times a day, little slots. I got to start doing that. That's fine. I'll do it. That's fine. I'll do that 100%. She's taking the right medications. That's another added. Hey, Erin. She is. Let me tell you something, Pete, about that kid. And Devin's wonderful too. Don't get me wrong. My mother has a roommate, right? Her name is Miss Faye. And Miss Faye had a fall and a back surgery, if I'm not wrong. Miss Faye loves sweets. My mother loves sweets. If you go to either, I don't know if y'all got a Food Line, everybody's got a Walmart. If you go to Walmart, they have these little desserts, right? They're $3 each. It's a pretty good sized little dessert. My mother loved it. So we, Catherine and I, picked up 2 because Miss Faye loves chocolate. So we picked her up a little chocolate mousse and brought the cheesecake is what my mom loves to her. Miss Faye went on and on and on and on and on because she was so. And so Catherine, because she had to go to school and work, said, Mom, here's $50. I need you to do whatever you need to with that. Make sure Grandma and Miss Faye have their desserts and anything else that you need. 19 years old. Miss Devin right here. Miss Devin has gone beyond what she needs to do. This surgery I have coming up, I'm not even going to discuss what it is. Because I will afterwards, because either it's going to be something or it's going to be nothing. Hey, Bogey and Ozzy's mama. It's either going to be something or nothing. We'll discuss it afterwards. But, I'm still paying off a $4,000 bill from when I almost died. That's fine. That's good. We're doing it. It is fine. But, now the year starts, right? And all your shit goes back to, the deduct. Miss Devin, handed Big Daddy some money to make sure that everything was all right. I'm proud of my kids. I didn't do a lot of things right in life, but I did them right. They're my pride and joy. Absolutely. 100%. Wouldn't want to be on earth without them. And Nancy, I do, and thank you. And you, and y'all have great kids. We're all really lucky. I know it's right. So, Miss Faye is in love with Catherine and wants to know when we go visit, she wants to know everything about what Catherine's doing. And just the sweetest lady ever. I don't think we'll ever get rid of her. I think we're going to follow her everywhere. My dad's stage of 5 kidney failure just got it from the skilled nursing. And I know, Aaron, you are probably exhausted. I know you are exhausted. And I hate, I know. It's so hard. It's so hard for a child. Because my grandmother and my mother still treat me like I'm 5 years old. And so It's so hard to watch these two women that were everything in my life, deteriorate. I know that my grandmother's 103. I know that they're, much sooner than later, she ain't going to be here no more, and I can't imagine an earth without my grandmother. It's going to happen. I think having a grandparent until you're 56 years old is pretty incredible. And I'm lucky enough to do that. With my mother, she's always been the strong one. She's always been independent. She's always, she was a single mother, wasn't she? I mean, that's hard. And when I say she was a single mother 7 days a week, 52 in the year and 365. My father is in Arkansas. Did nothing. All right. So when you go through that kind of force in your life, and now I have to do this, and it's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard. And I know everybody's been through it. I love you, Mint Mama. Honey, Mint Mama, don't. You're good. It's really hard to watch, but it's almost simultaneous. It's almost they're both, just I don't. Yeah, I gotta say it. My mother could do absolutely anything. You had to watch her with her. That's why Peggy. See, that's what I'm going through. Watching this woman, hey, was down. You're not good. You're baby. You're good. Watching this woman who was larger than life my whole life. And and I've got to now be the parent. I've got to be the parent now. I got to say no. I have to, when she's taking a shower, I have to be in the bathroom with her in case she falls. Her biggest fear is falling, my mother. And so she did it. Her biggest fear happened on February 1st. So it's just, and I want to hear from you. I'm going to put the thing in here again. If somebody wants to come up and share, if you don't want to share and just talk, I get it. It's so very personal, right? It is so very personal. These struggles are so personal. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's how you feel about your dad, And it's just, and then I did tell my children, I probably shouldn't have said this. And I said, if I ever get to the point where I can't take care of myself, smother my ass, and put me in the garden, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't. Now, I'm talking about that at 56. Maybe when I'm 66, I might back off. Don't smother me, but it's role reversal. It is. It's so hard to watch the people we love get sick and hurt. Hey, Peachy Keen, how are you, love? And there's 51 people in here that know what we're talking about. That's why we're here. We had, and God love you all. God love you all. Much respect and much love to all of you, because this ain't easy. And did nobody tell this was not even something that I thought would happen. Hey, Renee. I lost both my parents and my young nephew within 18 months. Oh, Lord, Peggy, that's so horrible. I don't know, when you have kindness and grace, God will. Thank you, kindness and grace. He has. I'm 57, and both my parents are currently in the hospital with pneumonia. Oh, God. And I worry about them. Yeah, it's kind of like if you've ever noticed, hey, pretty sweet P. Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate that. Thank you. I didn't tart up like I usually do for the Saturday nights, but I tried to slap a little makeup on and I like it, Yeah, no, I'll never regret it. I know that I'll never regret it, but it's just hard. It's not my calling. If taking care of people were I know, see, I'm a mother, so that kind of is my calling, but taking care of people were my calling, I'd probably do something else. I don't know. I probably wouldn't. It's not my calling, but it is now. So when you're frustrated, you try to think and look back at your life. The way you take care. Yeah. Well, so there you're right. I have to walk away. I have to walk away from my mom. Mama, can you believe her? I love Peggy. Thank you so much. I just can't anyway. So sometimes I have to walk away. Hey, baby, Halloween baby. I have to walk away because she wants to argue or she's angry about something that has nothing to do with me, but I am here. That has been a recurring theme through our whole life, mine and hers. She gets upset. I am the only one there, and I catch it. Welcome to my life. All growing up. And now it's the same thing. Things that are things that I don't cause. She gets mad at me. I'm the only one here. And so I have to walk away from her so that I don't lose my cool. You know, she struck me about a year ago, I think. I'm not sure when. I think it's been a year ago. I had walked away from her, right? And I went outside, and she came outside. She was behind me and smacked me in the head. I'm not proud of what I was so shocked by it. And I looked at her like I didn't know her because the person that smacked me in the head, I don't know. I don't know who she is. It was bad. I know my dad was Puerto Rican and Italian. You try to reach for him. Yeah, there is support out there. Get it, man, because it is so hard. Yeah, oh, sweet pea. Look, it was bad. It was bad. I walked away. I have a bad temper. What? No, I really do. A super hooper bad temper. Sorry, I oh, whistle down's up here. Sorry. Hey, love, I'm choking. Oh.
Take a drink. Hi, y'all.
Oh, it's good to have you up.
I'm so glad I made it for this one because I think we all feel empathy and, it's something we're all going to go through, no doubt.
It is. Yeah, it is. A lot of us do. A lot of us do. And like I said, I mean, it's sometimes I don't know that woman that's yelling at me. Actually, I don't yell at her. And so I'm thinking, I am trying my best to do what's right for myself, my husband, my two children that are still here, and my mother. And I get real stretched sometimes. It's like, I get stretched. I don't care how old your kids. Devin is here. Devin is 30 years old.
Yeah.
All right. To me, she's 5. Her daughter, my other daughter, my oldest one is 39. Well, we'll be 39. To me, if I could still ground her, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And she's got 3 sons. And so you get stretched, You get stretched out. And it's like, so my 22-year-old boy, thank you, Maisie. Oh, thank you, Maisie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I just get stretched because my husband will need something, my kids will need something, my mom will need something, and I'm like, I'm only me. I'm one person,
mm-hmm.
And it's hard. I saw my dad. Brother.
Yeah, I call it my hats. Right, I have to wear this hat today. I have to put on this hat today, and there comes a point where you got to take your hat off at night.
Thank you. I know. I get that's actually an excellent way to describe that because it is. I got to be a wife and a mother and a daughter in the same 5 minutes. I mean, like with dinner. Hey, Skull Girl, I have had to cut my mother's food, and my husband does as well. Thank you, Randy. I love you, baby. Thank you. Randy is doing some wonderful things in her channel. Okay, y'all.
Amen.
If you enjoy trials, Randy is your girl. Yeah. She covers them. She covers them well. And, Randy is starting to take a new turn on, what we do on YouTube. I'm starting to take another turn. I'm not interested in a lot of drama. Some of
Same.
it I will.
Yeah.
But we're trying to, like the murder mysteries, Randy's trial watching, and we're trying
Right.
to just, and I've said this before, I'd rather end the stream, right? And think, I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Then go, oh my God, should I delete that?
Yeah.
Like that. So like, yeah, stuff like this too. It's just, it's the hat. Yeah. And I remember crying when I went to the rehab. Like I said, just around literally 2 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah.
And Mom was there, and she was eating, and in the bed, and she wasn't eating any of her meat. And I went outside. I went outside of the room and bawled because nobody was there to cut her meat.
Yeah.
No, stop.
So I want you to do this. It's okay. Grab the tissue. I want you to do this. Every time
nobody was there to do it.
Every time you get frustrated with her, think of this moment
right
now. And I know it's going to be hard, but I learned some tricks. Like when you want them to get to do something and that they don't want to do, try to make it their idea, right?
Oh,
yeah, make it their idea, because Mom knows best or Dad knows best, right? That works.
Yeah.
But another thing is, like, my dad towards the end, completely there, he didn't want to be yelled at. He didn't have a hearing problem, what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's funny you said. My mother's losing her hearing too, and she gets mad when she can't hear something. So that's enough. It's so much. But now I go up there like I don't know. I took like a day off. Yesterday it snowed, so bad. And I told Bob before, I can't get up here tomorrow. I'm not even going to try it, even though it is 2 minutes away. But it's a lot of, we have a lot of snow.
Yeah.
And I worried all night. All night. Did she cut up her food? What is she? Is she okay?
I could feel that through the post. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I mean, bless your heart. And this isn't easy. And this is, it's life. And it's our time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Give back. We have to do it. It's our duty.
It's our duty. One thing I got to tell you, when my dad passed away, and it was towards the end, so he was on hospice for a minute or two, and I was literally taking him to the back, putting him on the toilet, taking him off, right? Yeah. All of that. And I didn't sleep for 3 days because I couldn't sleep, right? I was just waiting, to hear him. And so when he did pass, my husband, and he's a hockey player. He's, from Alaska. He's a big boy, right? He broke down, literally shaking. I could feel him shaking. He's like, I have never seen such a strong person in my life.
Talking about you?
Yeah. And it shocked me. Now, Todd gives me all kinds of compliments, and I can take him, but the way he was just like, it shocked him to even say that, So know that it is so rewarding, because I know for a fact that I had done everything I could to make that man comfortable and happy in life, and he is with me today.
Yeah, that's again. I made sure when my mom moved here that she got our bedroom with the bathroom, and she.
It's okay, Shannon.
I know she would have done it for me.
Absolutely.
Hey, pretty with crystals. How are you, honey? I'm sorry. I did not. Every time I think about that meat being cut up, it kills me. It's one of those things where again, there's so many of us out there, and it's the hardest job in the world. Honestly, I thought being a mother was hard. No, being a daughter is hard. When it is. You have to do this, or being a son, it's hard. And then you just, like I said, it's so, hey, little Miss, you cared for your mother for 12 years or so. I think I've been taking care of mine for like 5. I think it's 5. I might be wrong. I really don't know.
It's probably longer.
It probably is longer, actually.
Yeah.
It probably is. I probably just don't remember the last. Who knows? But yeah, I thank you for coming up. I know I'm not alone, and I don't want anybody else to think they're alone.
No.
And I plan to do these once a week.
Good.
I will do them once a week, and everybody come and vent, and you're not wrong.
And
anything you vent about, you are not wrong. It's 100%. You know, if you're angry about it, you're not wrong. If it's just nothing is wrong. When it's like the same thing with grieving. I've told people with grieving, anything that you feel is not wrong. It might be effed up. Like when my friend Cherie died, center of my world. Oh, and
this is part of it.
Was it leukemia?
Oh, Lord.
And she fought and fought. And it wasn't a long fight. It took her real quick. Well, to me, it was quick. And I remember when she died, I got so mad. And I thought, why didn't you fight harder, Cherie? Why did you? And that it was so selfish. But it's something that you have to go through. You have to do it. You have to let it all out. I mean, and maybe my anger lasted maybe a couple days. I don't even know. But it's everybody does it.
That's right.
They don't want to tell you they do it, but they do. Yeah.
I have cursed my dad up and down, not to his face, but in my bedroom. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
And I mean, there were times that I'd be like, "Oh my God, is he? God take him!" Right? Like I would say that to out loud in my bedroom. He wouldn't hear anything, but it's just a common, like, I can only do so much, Lord. Yeah. But I'll tell you what I learned is the Lord will push you and push you to your very end to make you know that you are so special. And I hate to say that, but you are so strong.
I get the privilege. We get the privilege of doing this, but I missed you too, Peggy. We get it's a privilege, really, because you're paying back everything, every sacrifice they ever made for you growing up. We're now paying them back. Absolutely. And there's nothing more pure than that. And there's nothing greater than that. But it is so hard.
It is.
And I know that, her being a single mother, working I understand it was so hard for her. And I owe her. Every minute I owe her. But then you put on top of that a husband and children and grandchildren and my own health and, and I remember when I came home from being half dead, almost died this summer. And my mother, and this is just, I don't think she could appreciate she could, but I was too weak to help her for about a month. And she kept saying, well, you could, wanted me to go do something with her or whatever. And Chris, my husband, would say, Lois, you don't understand. If you fall, she can't catch you. All right. She is weak. She's weak. She cannot catch you.
Thank God.
And, I don't know if my mom was like I think if your child almost dies, you might go into your only child. You almost have to not even, you're in denial about it. I think she was in denial when I finally came back from the hospital. And look, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I couldn't even breathe when I watch. I don't know. I have empathy. I don't know what to say, but it was bad. I could tell, Shannon.
Debbie Rogers has been a caregiver for 40 years and 11 for her mother.
Oh,
Debbie, God love you.
Her heart.
I cared for both my parents 4 years apart. They passed, at 54 and 59. That is so young.
Goodness.
That is so young. Just give yourself, look, everybody give yourself a pat on the back.
Give yourself a pat. Give yourself some grace too, Shannon. Like I said, try to remember to take some of those hats off.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't have to wear them all at once, babe.
Yeah. And so, I got this thing coming up in March. My surgery. I'm going to be down for I don't know how long. And so my poor husband and my children now are going to have to, because the way my husband works, it's like off Monday, let's do it. Off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Work Monday, Tuesday. Off Wednesday. And then every other weekend. So it's always 2 days or 3 days that he's off. He can't be here all the time. My children work and go to school. I feel bad for him because he's trying to figure out what's going to happen when this happens, and how my mother, if she's here, I hope she is, and what we're going to do, basically. And then Devin, who's in there, I don't know where the hell she went, but Devin said, I'll come take care of grandma. Like when we wanted to go, I don't even know, I was going somewhere. Help me, streams, help me so much.
The kids are
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'll take it. I'm pretty proud of everything that I've done in the last, well, maybe not everything. A lot of it I am.
You've come listen, you're on that hill.
I have come. At 56, I had to start growing up.
Stop, because I'm not too far, and I don't want to grow up.
I know. I had to decide. I can't be a Raven lunatic any more than I am. Shit that used to make me mad. I just like what I'll make fun of a situation on YouTube. I'm sorry, I will throw a parody out there in a second.
Yeah.
I
if
love
you haven't seen any of them, by the way, you guys gotta check them out. They're hilarious.
I got one coming soon for the stand, or should I say the stank? Yes. Let's just watch for that one. That's like an what did my husband call it? Shannon, that's just you don't mean to hurt people, Shannon. It's just your creative outlet. You know what? I'll take that, honey. I will take that. It is my creative outlet. I know. I try. I guess that I try. I love that the thumbnail. What's a Christmas tree lights? I got no sense. And I don't even think.
I'm gonna hop down because I love listening to you. And if anybody else, wants to go ahead and share, but
thank you.
I'm glad we're doing this together.
I know. I tell you, it's gonna be every week. It's gonna be every week. Every week we're doing. I've said it before, like different, like mental health stuff. But this shit's important. It says your mental health too.
Especially even I know at my age, I'm coming up at 50 and my mom's gone. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's normal and what's not. It's good to have normality kind of around me,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Hey, Mama.
Hello, my Shannon.
Thank you. What's the day? Where you go? You didn't go that quick. Oh, Dora's praying for everybody. You know what? We thank you, Dora. Everybody.
Well, I want to tell you, I was working at the time, and my mom had to keep working in order to keep insurance on my dad. And because she had to do that, they needed somebody to come and take care of, my dad. So I ended up quitting my job. I was a vet technician, and I loved it. I loved it so much. But, the crazy thing about life is me and my dad didn't get along that great growing up because I was just a partier. And he just saw so much of me, so much of him in me that it kind of him and I just kind of butted heads all the time. And the most greatest gift that the Lord blessed me with and him is my dad was diagnosed very quickly. It was only we only had 60 days. And I had to quit my job and take care of him. And I wanted to because of course, that's my dad. Of course, I'd love to take care of him.
Yeah.
But we got so close. I mean, the greatest gift the Lord gave me, I would go over there. I'd make him breakfast. We'd sit together. We would talk. We got to it was the most greatest blessing, but a curse, because unfortunately you don't get those visions out of seeing your dad like this big, burly, strong man who's your protector, he's your hero. He can fix anything. And now I'm seeing him get weaker and weaker, but at the same time, it was an honor, truly an honor to be able to hold his hand as he walked to the car. He needed help. And
Yeah.
that's just what happened when he got sick. And I will never, ever, 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 I mean, I couldn't even describe the amount of just sitting there and just, we would talk about what sales were at the grocery store. We would just sit, and it was just,
Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, I was 30 when my dad passed,
Oh,
but
that's
my
young. Yeah.
dad passed at 54. And I'm 52 right now. So it's really
Oh,
weird to see my age and the year he in his age. But I just want to tell you that, the greatest gift we can give our loved ones is when they're sick is not to look at them when they're because they know that they're like, if what
yeah.
one of somebody I was talking to, there's just they were I get it, they know they're getting sicker or whatever, they're not
Right.
feeling the greatest, but to be able to look at them and just um see them for who they are, you know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
got to sit with my dad and just laugh and talk and not care that he was frail. And that's the thing, is I had to start telling my mom, I go, Mom, I think he's getting weaker. Like, he couldn't hold his little pill. Like, I put him in a little container so he felt like he was giving him to himself when I
Right.
could see that him gripping it. And I didn't even put it on camera. Hi.
Isn't she
And
beautiful? So
I
beautiful.
just looked down and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot Shannon's live. I didn't realize you were live. I mean, I know you're live, but I forgot you do
Yeah.
a open camera. So anyways, it was a great blessing to be able to see, to be there how do I describe it? To be there in the moment and
Yeah.
be able to relive. And now I could take care of him. Like you said, now I could take care of my dad. He had been taking care of me all
Right.
growing up. And here I'm scrambling him eggs and making him breakfast. And he's, and that's what I thank the Lord for the most, is that he allowed me and my dad those moments. And
Yeah.
and I would say, just, he didn't really say the I love yous growing up and all that. He was just kind of a real
He was busy.
um,
Yeah, busy.
girl,
I
I'm
knew they'd
telling
be
you, he
busy.
would work. He would
Yeah.
work 12-hour days, and
Oh,
they
Daria.
were mandatory 12-hour days. So
Yeah.
instead of getting out at 7 at night, he would go in at 3 in the morning so he could get out of work at 3 at night or 3 in the afternoon, so he could spend time with the kids.
See, that's
And,
right.
and it's just for me to be able to do it. Shannon. I'm my biggest advice I want to tell you is, this is truly the hardest thing you will ever do,
Right.
because it does take something very deep inside of you, because there's times that you'll leave and you're going, I just want more. I want my
Right.
mom, you know what I mean? I want that youth again. But then
Yeah.
you thank God that, like my brother, I lost my brother overnight. One night he was, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. His name was Andy. I'll see you tomorrow. And then the next day we went to his house and he had had a stroke. And
Oh,
we
wow.
never got to say goodbye. It was just,
Right.
so somebody goes, does it feel different because you got to have this time with your dad? And I said, my last memories of my brother, we were 20 and 18, so for me, it's that family member's gone. And
Right.
it just really changes how you view everything,
It does.
everything and everybody,
It
because
does.
I'm grateful that I got the time I had with my dad. I know I only got 30 years with him, but my nieces didn't only had 2 years because my brother had left 3 girls behind.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, that's not fair. That's
He
not fair.
left. And so who am I to cry and complain? The Lord, when I
Yeah.
get to heaven, I'll ask the Lord why. But for now, I'm not going to care when I get there, to be honest. When I'm in heaven, I'm just going to be so grateful to be there. I'm not going to care about, it all. Okay. It's the saddest, but the biggest blessing that you find joys in it.
Yeah, I get that. 100%.
And I think you're so brave for doing this. Like,
Thank you.
I came to on my platform, I went and I talked about my DV, and it was, I felt liberated, actually, because you just never know who needs it.
Thank you. That is exactly it.
And that's what I was just going to tell you just now. For you to bring this and allow whoever needs this, it's just so selfless of you. It really, truly is, Shannon.
You kind of opening up your whole chest and saying, this is what's going on.
Girl.
You know, did you feel like you and your father became friends? You were mother and you were daughter and dad, but did you feel like you kind of got a friendship going, where you understood it, you could say stuff, and you could say stuff, and
just yes, because you're picking him up for his appointment, you're picking her up for her appointment, you're talking, you're sitting in the lobby in the waiting room together. And the funny part about that is my mom used to kind of go, oh my gosh, Yvonne's so bubbly and so loud, and my dad would always go, she's just so much. Well, when my dad got sick, he told my mom, now I see why you just loved her coming over. She just brightens, she brightens my mood when she comes in the, even if I'm not having a good day, I feel good when she's there.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's, my dad, my dad and I have tried to, over the years, form some kind of something going on. I mean, it's just, it'll go really well, and then it just stops. And so, this is horrible to say, but one of the last times that we even spoke, and I said this to him, and I don't really regret, it's horrible, but I said, why do I want you in my life? You're just going to die on me. And that's a horrible thing to say, but it was true. And I can't imagine, that's why I can't imagine two parents doing that, going through this.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. One is bad.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that we inside of us are stronger. I mean, my biggest thing is I leaned on the Lord, and I strongly, and I know that you do. I love your post, Shannon. Your post, truly, you really have such it's just encouraging. And I think I posted that in one of the comments. I said, I really appreciate, sometimes I'm having a really down day, and I read your post, and I'm like, I needed that right there. Just encouragement.
That's why I act a fool half the time, so people will laugh. It's so sweet to say that.
You've gained so much respect though around here.
I post stuff that I need to hear. Figure I need to hear.
Yeah, you're going, you know what? That's pretty good. Who was that? Wait, that's me. I put that.
Yeah, I've done that before. That is amazing. And look, your dinner's me. I'm going to do this, Berto. I'm going to let you sit in the back, okay? I'm going to let you sit in the back, just like everybody else lets you sit in the back, okay? Sit in the
back. I'm probably going to be cooking, so I am going to hop off. I just wanted to tell you.
What's tonight?
Tonight, I think I'm going to make goulash.
Oh.
I know. I'm making bread. Did you see all my bread I'm doing, Shannon?
Yes. Woo! I saw like some of the, I was like, oh God, the bread. Don't even get me started.
I know. It was kind of like, I wanted to try to do it. And I was talking about it. I go, I feel as accomplished as I do about my daughter having her master's degree and going away to college. And then Joe looks at me like, really? And I'm like, hell yeah.
Do you remember in with 2020, we had the huge, I don't know if y'all remember it, but we had a little pandemic. And, people couldn't get to the damn store. And if you could, there was nothing there. And I think I finally said, listen, we're going to have a bread baking contest. Okay.
Shut up.
We ain't buy it. So let's just try to make it.
Oh my.
That was pretty, that was pretty fun, actually.
Yes. Don't you feel so accomplished? Like, I mean, it's hard. First of all, it's brain consuming. Like, I'm very forgetful. I'm like squirrel. And then all of a sudden, I have to remember I have yeast going. I have to remember. Oh, girl, let me tell you, that's the hardest part, is remembering I'm doing something. I
always say you and Joe have the most organized channel, because you do exactly what you say you're going to do. I mean, it's hard
to bring
every night to do it. It's like me and my husband, we fist fighting up everybody to do it.
Well, me and Joe got banter, and I'm like, bro, just stop touching my sauce. Stop touching I adore you, Shannon. I'm going to keep you in prayer just for everything you're going through. And mom too. I'm praying for everybody over there. Your daughter making us proud. Our daughters are making us proud. You go, girl.
I'm telling you, man.
It's a hard job being a mom. It really is. I mean,
I know it is. It really, God.
Well,
but when they say, it's the. I always say that all right. So people younger or whatever, you are so wrapped up in the everyday. How am I going to feed these little people?
Yes.
You're growing up when somebody's sick, and then when I'm 56. All of my kids are adults, and it went by so quick. It went by so quick.
Yeah.
Because I was so busy inside of how I was going to feed them, how we're going to pay the light bill. Oh my God, I got to go back. And you get you kind of, I don't even know, man. Life happens, and you just kind of. Then when you look back at them, and it's so good, and I think, well, I had to do at least something right because they're all pretty impressive. So I don't know what I did.
Exactly. I must have done something right. And honestly, you're going. I mean, I'm grateful that she feels confident to go to another country, but I really miss her. And then I go through I'll go through my photo album and just look at her. I'm like, I miss her so much. Her birthday was just yesterday. And I'm like, I just missed her. I missed her. And but at the same time, I don't want her to come home because I miss her. You know what I mean?
If you think about when you were 20 or so, and the world, you had the opportunity to do anything.
Exactly, Shannon. That's what I keep telling myself is she's got no man and no kids. Fly. I want her to enjoy life.
Pig Man, I'm sorry. We will do this weekly. Good. It'll be on Thursdays or Tuesdays, but we will do it weekly.
All right. I will keep you in prayer, and I'll be down in chat.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Bye-bye.
Y'all sub to her. She's a powerhouse. She's a powerhouse. Right, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been going for an hour. I feel like we're just getting our feet wet. I want to make sure that everybody trusts everybody that you're seeing right now, and even the ones you don't see. We have to trust each other with this topic. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very hard to come out here and say, this is what's happening with me. It's hard. It's hard to do. You don't know how people are going to take it. And so I think building trust, we'll do this every week. I know, Peggy, he's an idiot. We'll do this every week. Check in. A little mental health going on too. And we need the support. We got to support each other. And that's what's most important, right? So we're going to shift happens. We're going to do this every week. I assure you we will, because it's so important. Hey, try me, bitch. We're going to love that name. Thank you, Skullgirl. No, it's only great because y'all showed up, okay? I can talk up here about it. Y'all showed up. Y'all are sharing. That's why this is great. And that's why I appreciate you all very much. Peggy, the kind of surgery I'm going to have, I don't know why I don't want to talk about it. I don't know why. It's either going to be something or it's going to be nothing. Read between those lines. It's either going to be very bad or it's going to be very good. I don't think there's any gray. And as soon as we know if it's good or if it's bad, I'll let you know. But on March 10th, pray for me now. March 10th is the day that I got to do. I had to go do all this other, like pre-surgery shit. And I'm going to be fine either way. Worry not. I'm going to be fine either way. It's just going to be tough. Thank you, Witchy. Thank you. I love it. I love you all. I really do. And I hope that I see you again soon. Again, let me do a shameless plug. So Saturday Night Murder Mystery this week is The Boys on the Track. If you just type those words, Boys on the Track, it will all pop up. Okay. And it's part 1 and it's part 2. So part 1 we're going to learn, okay, how the deaths of these two boys, okay, changed an entire corrupt state government, state officials, state police. These two boys brought a catalyst with them that changed everything in Arkansas. I can't even say it enough. So we'll go through the boys' actual death. We'll go through what the medical examiner, who was bad, corrupt, and worked for Bill Clinton, did, and how it just falls. And then I think part 2 we'll talk about it's so much. It's so much, and I've got to kind of get it down to, an hour and a half or 3 hours. If we go an hour and a half each night, I like to just go an hour and a half. There's so much for us to talk about in regards to this. Then I think I've told you I'm going to do 2 streams over again. I'm going to do the Yuba 5 over again because I wasn't real happy with the way I did it the first time. And then I can never say it. The Delava, whatever, pass. I'll learn. I know how. I can't remember how to do it. I'm going to redo that one as well because I wasn't really, and I don't know what was going on when I started researching those 2 things. Something was going on, obviously, because I just was not on top of things. Not that I'm ever on top of things, but so we're going to do. So I'm going to, and then Peggy's absolutely groundbreaking suggestion that we all talk about conspiracy theories that we believe. So I got, I got up until March. I think March 8th is our last Saturday Night Murder Mystery for a while. Hopefully not very long, but that's what we'll do. That day, I know, Janica, I never remember it. And I did, what's so funny is I can show you my notes. I wrote it just like that, so I didn't mess up the name. It's the Russian names that I butchered, okay? But I'm going to do better. So we're going to do those 2 things over again. And then go on from there, But Peggy, so many people do. You just want to gather information from people as usual whenever someone doesn't agree with you. What are you fucking talking about, you moron? Pink Bow, if you have nothing better to do with your life or with your time than to pop in to people's chats and beg them to come on fucking panel so you can throw a hissy fit. If this is what your life is now and this is all you're doing, get a hobby. Read a book. Go help the homeless. Do something. You're not appreciated here. No one wants you around. Sorry, not sorry. You are insane. You are full of piss and vinegar, and I ain't got time for it. All right? And nobody here's got time for it. We got shit to do in our life. So you could pop in here every effing time I go live. I hope you do. And you could sit right there and be ignored by me. How about that? You want to do that? That's what we're going to do. So, well, you know what, Peggy? Here's what I like to do to Pink Birdo. When I am a mod somewhere where he is, I do little 1-minute timeouts. He can't stand, he gets so mad. So I'll take this next time if he's here. And I'll just keep doing it for 1 minute. He finally goes away. Don't like it. But honestly, Pink Birdo, if you do not have if this is what your life is, being a pain in the ass on YouTube, figure out something else to do. Hello? That's all I can tell you to do. Figure out something else to do. Or not. I love you guys. I do love you. I thank y'all so much for coming in here and sharing and feeling comfortable and safe. I appreciate you. And we will talk about this again. And Pink Birdo, suck my ass. I really don't care. Okay? So, thank y'all. I will do this again next week. I promise. And again, Peggy, thank you so much. I cannot tell you how wonderful that was, and how much that's going to help out. You have no idea. You have no idea what you've just done. So I love you. I will talk to you later. Let's talk, get those conspiracy theories that because we have a lot of good ones in the world. So pick another one. I'll see y'all Tuesday. No, I'm not going to see you Tuesday. I'm going to see you Saturday night. So I know what day it is. I'll see you Saturday night at 9 o'clock. All right. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you soon. Bye.